Hello everyone, my name is Fauzy Firdaus. My last student number is 201. And here I will present about in Thomas Stern Eliot's poem Morning at the Window, seeing from the side perspective of circumstance. And the next slide is a poem about morning at the window, and I will read it. There are rattling breakfast plates in the basement kitchen and along the trampled edges of the street. I'm aware of the dumb souls of housemaids sprouting despondently at area gates. The brown waves of fogs toss up to me, twist face from the bottom of the street, and tears from a passerby with moody skirt, an aimless smile that hovers in the air and vanishes along with the level of the roof. And then the next slide is introduction. Thomas Dunn Eliot was born in Missouri on September 26 and is the author of The West Land, often regarded as the most significant poetry work of the 20th century. Thus, as Eliot, also known as Thomas Stern Eliot, is a poet, playwright, literary critic, and Nobel Prize laureate for his contribution to world literature. His most famous writings are timeless and have established unique gift and tradition. He has also made a name for himself in the realm of literary criticism, being dubbed the finest literary critic of the 20th century. Born in America, Eliot moved to England in 1941, where he gained international fame and appreciation for his literary work for the first time. He was granted British citizenship in 1927 at the age of 39. Besides that, the poem with the title Morning at the Window is an imaginary poem that depicts a picture of poverty. The imagery is the poem is related to the idea of poverty and a feeling of sympathy. However, the poem only presents an objective picture, does not express his feelings and emotions romantically. There is also a balance between feelings and ideas in the sense that image not only evoke feelings in the reader but also provoke thought and ideas. The next slide, the next slide is element of poetry from the morning at the window. In Thomas Dunn Eliot poem, Morning at the Window, the element is a fictional poetry about poverty. It's a collection of dramatic images of poverty in which the author spills ideas and feelings for poets and their audience, understanding the current circumstance as well as hopelessness and a lack of identity is a terrible state of affairs. It is also shown with a thought impression, which creates an overall picture of the pure misery. As a result, this primarily depicts the individual's goals, with no mention of sentiment or other form of emotion. In short, such a presentation is just one, making the poetry memorable, and only one despite the common theme of poverty. Next slide is illustration. Four individuals are depicted conversing with each other in the morning. In order to make a living in the morning, folk officiously worked overtime with the one another. However, even when it rains, sun, and even the fog, they continue to shine, beginning with the portrayal of housemaid who led individuality, dignity, and more fulfilling life. The plot also states that the city environ appeared to alternate with the brown fog that he encountered because smoke has contaminated the city air. Furthermore, it illustrates seeing a filthy state, then another person showing up and trying to retain a grin on their face, but is all a failed form. Between the city roof, the smile vanished. And then the next slide is issue. A pottery with the theme of poverty is related to the issue in the poem Morning at the Window. The poet also discussed this description of person who work and housemaid in this poem, which is arranged with a sequence of common imagery that portray poverty, sadness, suffering, and destitution in the slum of our house of the urban poor. Poverty, depression, and destitution in the life of poor people in city are discussed in this book. And then the next slide is deep and analysis. From the stand one is they are rattling breakfast investment kitchen and along the trampled edges of the street. I am aware of the damsel the housemaid strutting despondently at area gate, and I did divided four. Now the number one is alliteration. Example is breakfast, basement. The meaning is courage and unpleasant feelings. Soul of housemaid supporting. The meaning is generates a feeling of desperation like seeing. And then the second one is visual imagery. Basement kitchen, trample edges of the street. The meaning is image reflect the poverty and deterioration. And then the third one is metaphor. The example is dumb souls. The meaning is unhappy state of mind, burdened or burdened life, then heavy with desperation and unable to be free. And then the last one is symbol. The example is basement. The meaning is poverty for life condition. Then the next slide is depend analysis 2. From the stanza 2, the brown waves of fog toss up to me with the face from the bottom of the street and tears from a passerby with mother skirt, an aimless smile that hovers in the air and vanishes along with the level of the roof. And I did divided into four, two. The second one uh, is, I'm sorry, the number one is alliteration. Uh, Focus up to me. And then focus up to me is the meaning is mental state, the ill effect of urbanization, industrialization, and poverty hurt the upper class people too. And then for metaphor, twisted face, the meaning is unhappy workers. And then the third one is brown wave of fox, twisted face, moody skirts, and aimless smile. And then the symbol is fog, confusion, evoked the meaning of confusion and a blurred view. Brown waves of fog ill effect of industrialization may be because the amount of worker walking along the dusty road. And then the last one is conclusion. In my opinion, the poem entitled Morning at the Window by Thomas Stern Eliot, also known T.S. Eliot, creates a very simple poem but has a deep meaning. It can be said that it is closely related to the point of view of the situation, which is still happening in several places, but in the urban and rural areas. Judging from the review of people who read, of course, really agree with the poem because it's very close relate. A poem that describes a life of poverty that is described by venting deep sadness and depression. And also the poem puts forward a picture through objective and observational meaning, taking the view of the minority as well as the majority. So it can be said that Eliot's work was very successful in being accepted by readers. And then the next slide is referency. And yeah,